What is the most insensitive thing you've ever been asked? I broke my back when I was a teenager and am paralyzed from the waist down. A girl from school asked me, "Are you planning on killing yourself?" Me, what? No. Why would I kill myself? Her, it's just, if I was in your situation. One of my first psychologists literally told me that she would kill herself if she went through the same shit as me. Needless to say, I didn't see her again. They asked how my daughter was murdered. I said a knife. They then said, "But I mean how? You found her, tell me how. What did she look like? Was she tortured?" Edit. I have to answer a few questions. This was not a member of law enforcement. They don't ask questions like that. This was a stranger who saw our story on the news and came up to me in a crowded public place when I was with my older daughter and newborn grandson. I did not react with violence. I was still in shock and numb. It was a surreal experience. I responded very loudly that her questions were inappropriate. She came up to me talking super loud that she had saw us on the news, so she got everyone's attention. I figured I'd speak loud enough for everyone to hear in case any of them didn't know it was rude to ask things like that they'd learned that day. She then walked away, took a picture, heard her camera go off as she pointed it at us, then called someone and proceeded to loudly tell them she talked to us. I wish I could say this was the only inconsiderate person we've dealt with. Sadly I can't. But I will say we have had more positive interactions with strangers than negative. My experience on Reddit has been mostly positive. You all are amazing. I joined because Myra Sayora always kept telling me about it. She loved No Sleep and I never experienced Reddit until she was gone. When I told my dad and stepmom that I had cancer, "Are you sure? You're always overdramatic like your mother. She watched too many soap operas." Then the following months after treatment and a major surgery, they told people that I didn't have cancer and I faked it. They were there for the major surgery and the treatments. So I get asked by family, "Did you really fake cancer?" Edit. Thank you everyone for your support. It means the world. To answer the question, yes, I kicked cancer's ass. I am very limited contact with all of my parents due to their toxic nature. I keep minimal contact for the sake of my siblings. I have confronted them but they act like they don't remember or don't know what I'm talking about. I've showed my medical records to my other family and they were shocked. My biological mother also supported me. I was asked if I knew what I was putting people through by having cancer. I'm so sorry that I woke up one day and decided I wanted to have cancer just to inconvenience you. If I knew it wasn't convenient for you to worry about me, I never would have decided to jump on the cancer bandwagon. Thankfully never had cancer, and hopefully never will, but as a kid got in a pretty serious accident that meant daily physical therapy for hours on end for over a year and a lot of time in a wheelchair. I wasn't of driving age yet, and honestly, probably couldn't have driven myself even if I could. One day my mom was late to picking me up, so I was waiting in the lobby and the receptionist basically said, "Do you even say thank you? Your parents have to deal with a lot because of you, driving you in and out of here every day. Do you even show them you're grateful?" Yes, I do. But also, who the hell are you? Who told you about this party? Same thing happened to me, twice by different people. Condescendingly said, "What are you doing here?" Once at a bad mitzvah and once at the school gym. At the gym I was with my wrestling team who backed me up and told the guy to fuck off basically. Great moment of camaraderie. I got this once. Funny thing is the party was at my house. What did you do, lol? I told him it was our high school geometry teacher's house and about half the people there left in a panic. Everyone I invited thought it was hilarious. I worked as a waiter for a few years in high school. Elderly gentleman came up to me and asked, "Is it okay to be dealing with food with all that acne?" "Why did you give him the money?" My manager's response to me telling her I got robbed at gunpoint in our store. I know. At that moment I just felt that maybe my life was more important. Well, I hope you like your life more than the $300 cause it's coming right out of your paycheck. My dad to me, did you get fat so I wouldn't molest you? Usually it takes more words to say so many fucked up things. Why don't you just have a baby? Asked today after I told her I had a miscarriage. After seeing so many miscarriage-related posts in this thread, I am genuinely starting to think that a lot of people might not actually know what a miscarriage is. First time meeting my fiance's aunt, she mentioned that I was part Mexican. And her aunt's first question was, "Are you here legally?" I answered with my Pennsylvania accent, "Yeah, I was born in Delaware County, Pennsylvania. My family background is just Mexican." "Why are you gay?" "I'm effeminate for a man, sure, but I am not even gay." When I was 16 I got asked by some random guy at my aunt's house if I knew that I was prettier when I wasn't smiling. I've always been self-conscious of my teeth and he made it so much worse. I'm 28 now and still hate them but will at least smile in some picture. Insulting someone's smile or laugh is a horrible thing to do. It takes a lot of joy away when you remember it. Got back from the bathroom at a restaurant. My mom asks in front of my family, "Do you go into the bathroom to throw up after you eat?" I've only been conscious of what I eat after that. Edit. There appears to be some confusion, my bad. It does look like she's concerned, but she spent many years of my life telling me I'm too skinny, I don't eat enough, etc. I was borderline underweight for a long time because of an untreated thyroid condition, but since that incident, my mom has gaslighted me about the body shaming she used to encourage in me and people around me. I have a complex about going to the bathroom around mealtime now because I don't want people to think I have an erectile dysfunction when in reality, I just need to pee. What did you do to cause that? After I told a female friend of my ex-boyfriend he cheated on me. My mom asked me that once. It was at Thanksgiving and I was in middle school. I was like, no, I went in to pee. She said, you go to the bathroom after you eat every time. I don't believe you. My bad. She started just randomly barging in on me to catch me in the act. She told teachers at school to watch out too. They didn't barge in on me but I got a lot of looks. I was overweight too, so it's not like I was losing weight or anything. Are you going to make your sister's death a national holiday? This was because my sister died at 43, the first significant loss ever in my life. This was the 1-year anniversary of her death, and I knew it would be hard for me, so I requested the day off of work. This was a co-worker who could name all the people she'd lost, so she bragged. Since her brother died at age 14, and she said she knew like 30 people who had died since then. I used to put up with her weird quirks, but from that day on I hated her, and didn't remain friendly with her. It was the 1-year anniversary of the last time I saw my dad alive before he died suddenly of a stroke. I was visibly off that day at work, and when I told my boss that was why I was upset, he asked, when are you going to stop using your dead dad as an excuse? Why didn't you just date him? It doesn't sound too horrible by itself, but this was said to me by my best friend's mother shortly after he had killed himself. He had a crush on me for a while, and I loved him dearly, but I'm lesbian. He wasn't going to change that and he never really tried to, but his mom thinks he died because I rejected him. Soon after I got home from cremating my child, someone asked if the cremation left chunks of bone and, if so, do they grind it down? Thankfully I saw the humor in it, largely because I could see his wife wanted to kill him. Why are your boobs so small? I had a best friend die in a freak camping accident. A tree fell on their tent, killing them instantly. I was taking care of their cats during the time and ended up taking care of most of the logistics of cleaning out their house, canceling out their graduate program of study, collecting stuff from their place of employment, etc. because their parents were a wreck. I also helped coordinate the funeral and spoke at the wake. Because it was a friend and not close family member, I couldn't take much time off work, so was back at work much sooner than I should have been. All of the faculty and staff I worked with were informed that I was going through some shit, and mostly everyone kept their distance and were professional. This one faculty member who was a creep and had hit on me repeatedly came up to me one day and said something along the lines of, paraphrasing, "Why do you stupid Americans camp outside anyway?" while laughing. I was washing my lunch dishes in the public break room space at the time, and it was just the two of us. I closed my eyes and took a deep breath, slowly turned to him and calmly said that if he didn't leave the room at our very minute, I couldn't promise what I'd do to him. I was so furious and had to leave work for the rest of the day. People can be the absolute worst sometimes, man. Now that your father is gone, you can have your own life. Are you going to have kids? Asked to me by an older cousin at my dad's wake. His body, a few feet away from us in a casket. No, I would much rather have my father alive than dead at 63 years old. What is the most tactless question you have been asked? Leave a comment. And subscribe to this channel if you wanna see more same videos.